My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train 2. We are here in the Dimensional Portal to do my least anticipated, I think is the word I'm looking for here, challenge. You can see I've completed other paths, but despite 2 paths being locked behind this one, I still haven't done it yet. Why is that? Calculation station, maximum brain power required. I'm already eliminated. No previews, limited ember, fewer cards, and hold your hand between turns. You get Lazarus League as your lead, you get Lunar Covenant as your follow, the Buyer Heart is Aquit's Reservation, once per battle select the heart to gain 3 ember, and the mutators are Room Combat Previews are disabled. Must they be? Front-loaded, -3 ember per turn. Start getting 0 ember a turn. Gain 20 at the beginning of each battle. And start with the Unbroken Horn. And then there's also Magic Hands. Cards are not discarded at the end of the turn. -2 cards per turn. I'm a little terrified. As well as a little teapot. I'm going to try and figure out how to do this. So we've got 2 copies of Sanguine Assist in the base deck. Graft unit with Vampire's Tooth. The Vampire's Tooth unit is equipment is a 1 ember equipment, has 15 damage and 0 health, gives lifesteal 1, and on resolve gives another lifesteal 1. There's also 2 copies of Phase Blessing in the base deck, restore 5 health to a unit, healing over max health applies armor instead, and finally Nightingale, 1 ember 2 size, stealth 2, on New Moon only, have multi-strike 1. Eternus of Dominion at the end as well. Well, we're going to need mana efficiency. We need 20 ember to get us through an entire combat. We can't consistently play cards. Obviously, we can reduce the cost of cards, make that easier. Let's have a look at the artifact. Fae gain Conduit 1 and 5 damage on Moon Cycle. I like the idea of that, but the thing is I'd have to get Fae units as well as Moon Cycle. I'm literally on the opposite side of both of those. Shadow Stealth, friendly units gain Stealth 1 on Summon and on Slay, plus 3 damage per stack of Stealth. I like the idea of that. It makes these Sanguine Assistants really aggressive. I'm going to try and find a way to use it. Brewmaster, ability, once every 3 turns, mix a small concoction. There's also Reanimator line. I gotta watch that franchise at some point. On resolve, gain Reanimate 1 and Unstable 6. And then it slays units on its resolve when it explodes with Unstable. I think when you explode with Unstable, on death, this unit explodes, dealing damage equal to its stacks to enemies on the floor. I think you get credited with that, so I think you'll get a bunch of stealth, which makes you like a single line clearing boss? We've got to see how this works. We take the challenge Mind Muddler, -1 card a turn. That's okay. I draw 2 less cards every turn as well. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So I get 20 ember next turn? What do you mean next turn? I have it right now. My deployment ember is modified up, so that's very useful. Let's go Oreki and Shield Steward, then Nightingale on the 2nd floor with Shield Steward. Sanguine Assistant on the top floor. I'd love to make my units attack at a quick speed as well. I mean, if I have the Unbroken Horn, surely I just click Aquit's Reservation immediately? I mean, not in all cases. Obviously, I could cast an X-Cost spell and then Aquit's after or stuff like that, but seems like in general that would be a better idea. So at the end of this turn, Oreki, you should explode. Oh, right, it's not showing the combat resolution. I forgot about that somehow. You should explode, dealing 6 damage to the lurking miscreant in the backline, giving yourself stealth. And you should also gain reanimate again. This midline gets cleared as well. Okay. No. Oreki is not considered as the unit that has slain the enemy for the sake of Shadow's Sheath. That's really annoying. You should be. Start a secret ingredient. I guess I'll start sapping, getting ready for the boss. Yeah, that reanimation's really, really unimpressive, unfortunately. Ooh, additional sap for the boss. Sure. Just give some lifesteal and additional health to our frontline unit. Double up on secret ingredient for as much rage as I can get on my backliner, and then we just have to accept that we're going to be taking a lot of damage straight to the fire. Oh, God. The fact that that doesn't attribute Slay to the right target can, like, your unstable explosion from a unit not counting towards Slay seems really unfortunate, to say the least. Explosive reaction applies unstable 25 and deals 5 damage to a single unit. There's Sanguine Assistant. Grafting Vampire's Tooth. Already got a copy of that, of course. Potion Kit. Mixing potions certainly seems like a way to try and get, like, much more survivability for Oreki. Try and give you a bunch of reanimate. The only thing is you'll also get regen and spikes, which are irrelevant to you. So it's like a lot of mana investment to get not that much on you. I'm going to take Explosive Reaction instead, actually. And Bloody Moon as well. The ability to directly remove a unit and gain some Ember on Slay. Second area has Merchant of Steel, Lunar Coven, so I should probably go Merchant of Magic, Lunar Coven. Focus on Lunar Coven clans. I don't want to do that. Double stack. Ooh. Double stack the explosive reaction's pretty good. It's unstable 50, then deals 5 damage. So I like this because we target this on our own Oreki, and then we pump its instability to the point that it's exploding entire lines every round, as long as I can defend its health. I only have to cast it once, so I can reduce its cost as well. Although I'd really like to cast it more than once if possible. Let's -2 cost the Bloody Moon, give you Consume. Plus 10 magic power, definitely on Phase Blessing for the versatility for the heal. Lunar Coven to get a spell silent for defending. I mean, realistically, there's no good reason for me to turn it down. It's just a unit that has the ability to full heal itself every 3 turns. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. I mean, it's a little bit annoying. It's gonna cost us some health. Thankfully, our units enter with stealth as well. X3 take 3 direct damage, my crimes. Bloody Moon freezes up now. Drop a Chime of Despair, and at the end of this turn, Areki is going to slay a bunch of these enemies. I mean, I want all of those targets to get slain. I want all of those targets to get slain. I can prevent 1 damage that would actually get dealt. Oh, I have the ability to blind reanimate 1 to a unit. We're getting there, we're getting there. I mean, I've got a phase blessing him, right? Give him another reanimate. We'll be exploding over the enemies pretty soon. They die. They die. But you keep your armor because you've reanimated. Decent amount of damage on the bottom line. Obviously would have been significantly better if I drew my explosive at the right time. Which I suspect I am probably best served by waiting and trying to get. You're kidding me. It's literally the bottom card of the entire deck. You scumbag. What have you done? What have you done? Have you killed the run? Is the run dead because of that? Oh. Oh. I'm mad. I'm salinated. 10 health remains. Literally never drew it. Pseudoscience. Randomly apply Lifesteal 2, Reanimate 1, or Spike 6. Unfortunately, Lifesteal is really the only one we want out of those right there. Twisted Back. Trample. Give Trample to a unit as well as on Strike. Gain Rage. That'd be sick. The Nightingale to be able to cut through lines. Maybe. Forevermore Serum for Areki makes a lot of sense as well, though. Meddler can manipulate. You summon and you phase. Every second turn you can phase as well. You're just way worse than the Selene unit that gives us a transformation every turn. Starstruck deals 5 damage on full moon, deal dazed 1 as well. I'm gonna skip. So Merchant of Steel, Lunar Coven, we're looking for the most defensive things that we can give to the Silent Sentinel. We're looking for the most aggressive things that we can give to Nightingale, and we're looking for a defensive unit for Nightingale for the second line. Reanimate straight up on a unit. It's pretty nice. Quicken plus 10 damage, really good for Nightingale. Dualism, you come in with Stealth 4. If the Dualism also doubled your multi-strike, yes, but it doesn't, so it won't. God, second Nightingale or Astrologer in a world where I'm moon cycling once a turn. No. That's such a weak unit. Do I reroll looking for what? Multi-strike for Nightingale, health for Silent Sentinel? I suppose. There's Titanite, there's Multi-strike, great. Good hits, I really wish I could take 2 of them. I think multi-strike on Nightingale is really important because I can solve the health of Silent Sentinel later, but what I really need is a single damage unit. I don't really have that yet. Oh, I was a little worried about this. Okay, we're being offered another upgrade now. But if I go the right directions, I can get even more after it. Worthy sacrifice and many lives. I don't hate the idea of putting those both on a similar unit. This could be a way for me to earn additional energy very easily. So like if I have Worthy Sacrifice on a unit that has instability, obviously can't really do, sorry, Reanimate, obviously can't do that very effectively right now, but if I can do that in the future, it's just an energy pump. But also, if I put it on Sanguine Assistant, I can just summon the Sanguine Assistant, then kill the Sanguine Assistant, then immediately play her equipment, and I'm even 1 energy ahead for having done so. So I think, first off, will be a Worthy Sacrifice on Sanguine Assistant, and then I'll see if I want to stack the rest of them. Was that 100? 100, yeah, on Sanguine Assistant. So you're asking me to go right. Merchant of Trinkets, it's not super well set up for us versus a merchant that could sell very important upgrades for the Forevermore Serum. Okay, I could go left on the second round, sure. And then left again, so Merchant of Arms at the end. I can do that for those 2 additional upgrades. Do I want it? Not sure about that. There's only one real location to play Sanguine Assistant at this point. Our Areki is going to die, killing the Savage Spearman in the enemy backline. Nightingale's going to take out all of the enemies and keep your stealth up, which is really nice. I'm going to keep Madman Infusion. I'm looking for as much Reanimate as it can give me for Areki. Can't even play the other Sanguine Assistant at the moment. Yeah, Nightingale will take that enemy out. Post haste and too sweet. Oh, Silent Sentinel's gonna get pushed back though. This is not so bad as long as I get a decent amount of reanimate on Areki at the right time. Nice. I don't want any of my units dying straight up just to attacking the Cowering Sycophant. I strongly prefer the idea of keeping the Sanguine Assistant in the front line alive if I can here. If you get pushed to the back later, that's fine. Forevermore Serum for one more reanimate. Oh, the Madman infusions have been going really good this fight. I love that the Nightingale is now constantly in stealth. You can't do anything about that Nightingale. I should probably cast Phase Blessing on it at least once so that I can keep it safe from spikes and stuff like that. Oh, I got the explosive reaction. Woohoo! Okay, so this turn is Summon Sanguine Assistant, Explode Sanguine Assistant, Vampire Tooth on the next line, then Regen Reanimate for Areki, after which I will give you 50 instability. Heal you back up to full? Honestly, healing you to full is completely irrelevant. Just give some damage to the unit behind you then. So you are welcome to kill me. You will take 80 damage every time you do so. I see. Tidal Turning. 3 Ember Consume, restore 10 health to friendly units, healing over max health, applies armor instead. Definitely good. Pretty expensive, though. Ritual Tome, 2 Ember, Consume, apply Titan Skin 2 to a friendly unit. Incredible for a defense. Incredible for Silent Sentinel. And then I clicked it. Makeshift Golem. I mean, Makeshift Golem being a defensive unit for Nightingale on the second floor certainly isn't bad. I could obviously put another Silent Sentinel there as well if I really wanted to. And it would probably be better, to be fair. Selena Acolyte Mage Blade 2. I don't really do Conduit in this deck at the moment. I'll take Silent Sentinel rather than Makeshift Golem. Really? Makeshift Golem would be a lot better if I hadn't yet gotten the Worthy Sacrifice. So here's the thing, I can take Hell's Flame, at which point I will now be getting a single energy every turn. However, my immediate impact on board is way worse and is mostly hampered by the fact that I'm only drawing 3 cards a turn. Drawing 4 cards a turn and giving me the ability to actually get to the important cards in the deck, Ritual Tome, Explosive, Furthermore, those 3 cards. Is really important. Also, I have the energy to be able to play all of my cards in the first couple of turns anyway. So right, left, left if I want to go for the upgrade, or I could ignore that. I'm going to go right, left, left. Unstable Explosions deal twice as much damage is certainly appealing. Literally being all of the damage I intend to do. Selena unit gains 20 damage in full moon, silent units gain 20 damage during new moon, so Nightingale would have additional damage on the new moon. And then Silent Sigil, when it becomes new moon, give armor 10 to friendly silent units. I really like that. Obviously, I'm exactly 10 gold short of being able to buy it though. So if Celestial Alcove offers me like a fine card, I could... Oh, Oh, Shadow's Sheath for 2 random artifacts. Realistically, Nightingale is benefiting hugely from Shadow's Sheath. Historian's Razor. It's going to give like 5 damage to a bunch of units, but I'll take it. It's currently only giving 6, but I'm about to purchase at least 1, if not 2 relics. Reanimator number 2. Gains Unstable 12 and has Reanimate 1 by base. Nice. I'd like you to gain 2 Reanimate a turn. That's where I'm really going to be interested. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Certainly significantly less threatening in a world where I know that I have the Nightingale ready to shred them apart for simply the crime of existing. It's audacious, frankly, that they decided to exist in the same realm as me. Bad idea. I'm going to Bloody Moon one of the top line units so that I can actually take all of them down. This mid line's going to be able to take one of you down as well. And then, yeah, I could use Witch Weave. I also don't need to. Forevermore Serum is right. Yeah, we kill the right units on the first turn. Yeah, so we're fine. I'll push damage enough against the right targets as well. Should I full heal you this turn and then drop the Phase Sentinel? I think so. Just for safety's sake. Especially because that unit's going to have corruption on it. So much corruption. One, 2, and 3 after the round of combat. Oof. I wish I hadn't used the ability last turn. If I used it this turn, I'd be able to kill the Vicious Axe Thrower with just a single Witch Weave. Now I have to use 2. But that will Nightingale kill, and that'll get us the Collector. Hey, finally starting to get some Reanimate from that. So last turn I can do this to the Silent Sentinel. Well, it's the last turn I can do it with the Silent Sentinel and then also be guaranteed to be able to do it in the boss fight. That is, use the ability. Beautiful. Explosive on Areki. Oh, that's so cool. It gives the unstable first, which it does say on the card. It gives unstable first, and then it does the damage. So you had 86 unstable when you exploded, dealing 172 damage to all enemies. Pretty good. I'm going to take this opportunity to steal a Vampire's Tooth, literally just to pump damage for the bottom line. More reanimate. More. Secret ingredient for even more reanimate, thank you. Sanguine Assistant stands there. I can remove one of the backliners immediately, but after the first round of combat, they will all remove. So I think the correct play is literally just, well, I mean, correct play? Probably not, but I do think we've already very killed this man. Yeah. He died to that, and I think I had 3 reanimate rather, still left on Oreki there. Faulty body. Apply fragile and 40 additional spikes to a friendly unit. I like it a lot. The ability to shield a unit to the point that I don't have to worry about it, I don't have that. Puffer Flesh. On Revenge, gain spikes 3. Now, the real problem with that is that will attribute slays to the Silent Sentinel. However, Nightingale behind it, this is good for the Silent Sentinel on the top line. It's not good for the one on the bottom line, where it will reveal, it will give stealth to the Silent Sentinel, and then the Oreki behind them will just take all of the hits. Weaponized Prosthetic. Remove equipment from unit, apply 30 damage. Puffer Flesh, yeah. Cosmic Bolt is just a tune, deals 35 damage to the target. Good for removing backline targets, especially. Escalation. Ascend a unit, apply spell weakness 2. Moonrise. Consume, gain 1 ember, and phase to full moon. I seldom want to end the turn in full moon. Gaining an ember is obviously nice, but I think I take Cosmic Bolt, because I have very little access to actually targeting the backline of the enemies with damage. I've got a consumable Bloody Moon. I've got an explosive reaction I would prefer to use on my own units. And then I've also got Witch Weaves. So just like a classic targeted spell seems like a good idea to me. So it's now left and then left if I want to complete my objectives. Spell Chain, you say? Spell Chain Ritual Tome seems sick. Spell Chain furthermore, Serum's not bad either. I like Spell Chain Ritual Tome reduce its cost, which is where I'll start here. Plus 10 magic power for Cosmic Bolt to take you to 85 is nice, but I do like the idea of both of these phase blessings having the ability to give a good amount of healing and also a good amount of shielding. Reroll so that I could take a more expensive upgrade here as well looks pretty good, but before I do that, let's look at our... Ooh, Eclipse Chamber. New moon effects are always active, and silent units gain plus 15 damage on resolve. Both Nightingale and the Silent Sentinel are silent units, and they want New Moon to be active for the multi-strike on the top line. So Eclipse Chamber is incredible for that top line. Friendly units gain armor 14 on reviving with Reanimate, says the Life Insurer, and also advanced growth. When an equipped unit dies, permanently add 4 additional damage to their equipment. Oh, that's fun. That's really fun. I'm gonna go for Life Insurer here. Gives Oreki the ability to become a armor tank while reforming. Hold over or -1 costs an intrinsic. I gotta say, there's a lot of appeal in holdover. This is literally 100 damage additional to all enemies every round. If I have it on holdover, the only thing is I also need to be able to generate enough reanimate to justify it, which, admittedly, that's a lot harder for me to do. Oh my god, no, never mind. We make it intrinsic, so we start doing it on turn 1. Oh, this run is suddenly very busted. I had a lot of concerns. Undying minions, so... Silent Sentinel on each line. Second line gets the multi-striker. I'm not even going to play the Shield Stewards. I'm going to save my energy on that. Explosive reaction, so now we're going to be killing all of the enemies, I believe. Let's also reveal the Sanguine Assistant on the bottom line to damage. Top line, do I want to get double spears? Yeah, sure. Gets him out of the deck. I suspect the correct play here is just secret ingredient twice. And then end the turn. Yeah, we'll take out all those units. Sanguine Assistant, explode. I can get you to resolve your health, sure. And I suppose you're probably one of the better units to be holding that. I don't really get a benefit from using my Bloody Moon, I guess except for the additional Ember. So I'll do that, literally just to pump Ember and then leave it. Puffer Flesh is going to be really good, though. Eclipse Chamber gets active on this floor. Getting a deployable Eclipse Chamber is going to be really important. Thankfully, we're going to a Merchant of Arms in the next area, which could not be better timed. Please. Secret ingredient, you must give me Reanimate. You don't understand what you're doing to me. I need to Reanimate. It's literally the other option, just give it to me. How dare you? How dare you want that? I mean, sadly, I can't really do anything with the Puffer Flesh just yet. Actually, I'm gonna steal your equipment away. If I'm giving 8 regen to someone, I'm giving it to Silent Sentinel. Another Reanimate available for the bottom line. Got some good spikes on my units now. Unfortunately, Areki is gonna explode, deal some damage here. On to the next floor now. Explosive reaction straight to you. You're taking 300 damage a turn before anything happens, which seems pretty encouraging to me, frankly. I'm removing your Titan skin with the Witch Weaves. Yeah, I think that works out. Getting the New Moon deployable is very important. I'm so glad we get to do that right now. Organ Harvester. On Slay, gain Reanimate 1. It is goddamn atrocious that you do not slay, Areki. How dare you? How dare? I think I have to... Oh, God. If you just got an assign... It's really frustrating. As a shower, play Unstable 10 and deal 1 damage to the enemy units. I think Mixology for the ability to try and get our... Ooh. Mixology for the ability to try and get to our Reanimate from the infusions. That was what I was thinking for, is really important here. Cover of Night, 1 Ember consume, face to New Moon. Nice. Apply 5 damage and 1 stealth to friendly units. Nice. I'll take that. Consumes itself out of the deck as well. There's also Mooncaller. Mooncycle triggers an additional time. I will say, Glittering Draft, restore 20 health to a unit and also apply Conduit 4. It's pretty nice for the bottom line. That Conduit becomes pretty good Phase Blessing buffs, as well as a little bit for the Cosmic Bolt and Bloody Moon, but realistically it turns these Witch Weaves into actual removal. Let's take Cover of Night first. And then it's left here? Yes. Intriguing. I'm not going to say Hall of Mirrors is bad. Especially because if Hall of Mirrors goes on the top line, then we can summon the Sanguine Assistant there, and it'll dupe itself, and then I can pop both of you. And then I can summon another one there, and then it'll dupe itself, and I can pop both of you. I get a huge amount of Vampire's Tooths, as well as a huge amount of energy. The top floor literally just becomes an energy generation floor for us. That's pretty fun. Stoke Plate Mail, Silent unit. Steward's Quarters. Let's upgrade the Eclipse Chamber. We'll come deployable. I'll take the Hall of Mirrors. I think I'll reroll here looking for equipment that's worth holding on a unit. Another Eclipse Chamber. That's really unfortunate. There's Spell Sanctum, reduce spells to 0 cost. I mean, on the bottom row, that's probably where I would do that, because that's where Explosive Reaction, Phase Blessing, Forevermore, Mixology, and all of the secret ingredients will be played. Unless the enemy has an incant unit, which they could have on the bottom line, in which case that would be annoying. I still think I take the Spell Sanctum here. There's also an argument to take Glass Cannon, because Nightingale doesn't take damage to enemies, so it's just 50 additional damage for a 3 times multi-striker. God, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Spell Sanctum for saving energy certainly has an appeal. Its appeal is low right now, but its appeal could get pretty high soon. Eternus, Chosen of Dominion. You don't have incant? Take a Spell Sanctum, sure. Celestial Alcove offering random Umbra, Underlegion, or Hellhorn consumables. I want random Umbra first, I think. For exactly that reason. Do I actually care about the capacity, though? Because there's a world where this is somewhat irrelevant to us. It kind of feels like it might be the world we're in. I might be able to use this later, though. Reasonable argument for that. Every card in our deck is very weighty, though, because I have to draw past them to get to the cards that are relevant. Realistically, this is the ability to play another 2-size unit on the bottom line eventually. I'm gonna skip that for money. Random Hellhorn consumable, Rage Serum. 10 additional damage as a pump on Nightingale. I'll take the opportunity to take the money instead. What can I say? I like gold. Combine 2 equipment cards? Do I even have 2 equipment cards combined at the moment? Nope. I have 1. Alright, Kale. You can give Spike Spore to enemy units if, and only if, Cherubs manage to leave the bottom line, which is not gonna happen. And here's why. Spell Sanctum on the bottom line sets up Explosive. At the end of this turn, all of them will die. Here's 50 more damage for you. Yeah, that'll do. Yay, gaining some reanimate. It's a lot of corruption to be dealing to my guy. We can Bloody Moon to take an enemy off the field. I do think Puffer Flesh on the bottom line makes a bunch of sense right now. I really wish that you were revealed to damage, though. Gaining more regen to try and level out versus reanimate on the bottom line feels like a bad move, but the thing is, if I lose the Silent Sentinel, I will lose the bottom line as well. So I think this Madman Infusion is now earmarked for the Silent Sentinel. Okay, maximum hand size. Let's... Oof. 3, 4... Okay, so Puffer Flesh dies here. That's huge. As well as I have the opportunity to drop a giant reanimate on Spell Sentinel. Sorry, a reanimate, a regen, rather. Let's get the Spell Sentinel on the next floor to gain additional health. Well, hey, there we go. Phase Blessings. I knew we had some ways to try and support the additional health of the Silent Sentinel. I was hoping to get them earlier. Holding a sap spell in hand, not over the moon about that. I gotta remove so many of these dead cards from the deck. Because they're retained in hand at the end of the turn as well. Definitely don't want that. I can prevent a lot of damage on this bottom line just by using Cover of Night down here. Which I think it's totally fair to do. That doesn't have to go on the next floor. Actually, hang on. If you're going to be stealth this turn, I'm better served by playing Sanguine Assistant, doing the Cover of Night, healing you 1, so you take 15 damage to Corruption next turn, hopefully 15 damage at the end of that turn as well, and then I can full heal you when the boss is coming in. Oh, hell, we may not even get there. That next floor is looking pretty potent. Polar Mirrors for the top line, Sanguine Assistant double summons. I double sack them in order to gain more equipment. We now use that equipment to support the health of our units on the bottom line. Cosmic Bolt zaps a unit. Heal so there's no threat, as well as sap the enemy. With some melee weakness, which sets up lethal. Oh. Duality's nice, but Ritual Tome, a second copy of it in the deck, the ability to defend additional damage on that bottom line, I think is insanely impactful. Additional sigils, many lives, and fecundity. So many lives is reanimate 3 on a unit, and then fecundity. Well, I guess the reanimate should go on a different unit, because reanimating the assistants is bad. Because it means they won't give up their space on that line. But also, I could literally just have you on the top line and sack you every second turn in order to just gain additional... Okay. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna put all of these on the Sanguine Assistant. I'm gonna put Worthy... I'm gonna put the Mirror, the Hall of Mirrors in my opening hand as well. Merchant of Steel, unstable. I have to remove cards from this deck. I have to get upgrades defensively as well. So this is incredible for us. Multi-strike and dualism being offered, buddy. Multi-strike, dualism, and damage and Glimmerstone. This is empty. Are you kidding me? Reanimator 3 doesn't on resolve give additional reanimate. It just starts with 1 additional reanimate stack. Ugh. Ugh. How dare you? Yeah, usually those are incredible hits. Here? Absolutely not. I can give additional health, and I can give large stone to a unit. I think I have to do that, literally just for the Silent Sentinel who's going to be on the bottom line. To give quick and reanimate to the next one, but realistically, well, it kind of wants quick, because it does end up doing a lot of damage, but also it wants the Silent Sentinel behind it to attack first, typically. I could get 1 reanimate for it, literally just so it's safe in case of emergency. I think it's probably a good idea. Removal from deck, I mean, there's some very obvious cards. At least I can play out the Witch Weaves, whereas the Shield Stewards are going to be unplayable now. Same with the Spear Stewards, admittedly, so let's get those cut too. So next area, we've got Merchant of Arms with the ability to put the Hall of Mirrors in the opening hand. Hall of Mirrors in the opening hand means that when I draw Sanguine Assistant, I play it for 1. It dupes on the top line. It takes up 2 spaces on a 3-space floor. I play another one. It dupes. I now have 4 of them on the top line. I've spent 3 mana. I hit all of them, all of their abilities. I immediately trigger Worthy Sacrifice on all the abilities. That gives me 12 energy for my investment of 2 to play out the Hall of Mirrors, and then 3 for both of the Sanguine Assistants in total. So I turn 5 energy into 12, and then 2 turns later, I get 12 energy again. So it's a way for me to abuse the Unbroken Horn and avoid having to pay the cost of front-loaded. I think it's working pretty well. Non-boss enemy units restore 150 health when they move up a floor. That is okay. Our second line does hundreds of damage constantly. This is such a great opener. So Silent Sentinel behind, or in front of a Reki. Silent Sentinel with Nightingale behind setup. Eclipse Chamber on that line, so they're ready to go, as well as scaling 10 damage each turn. Here's the explosive reaction for my own unit. Glass Cannon for the next line. Ritual Tome for Titan Skin. I suspect we'll continue with the cover of night on the next floor. Start setting up that potion, and I can keep the Switch Weave. I could use it, or I could keep it. I can play it next turn, so it might have an impact next turn. It's unlikely, but it might. Hell yeah. So Nightingale is already doing enough damage in quick to kill the Avowed Gladiator. Yay, reanimate. I can take out a Rage Wing. I don't especially need that to stay in the deck. Here's where I need to be a little careful. Oh! Forward mirrors, Sanguine Assistant, double summon, Sanguine Assistant, double summon. I have another third Sanguine Assistant in hand if I happen to need it. I'm not going to, though. Forevermore Serum. I do need Pufferflesh to die, but thankfully I actually have a Cosmic Bolt in hand, so I can summon and then kill my own Pufferflesh in order to get Spiky. I don't want to put that on the bottom line because I don't want you to ever trigger Slays, because then you hide from the enemies, which is not what you want to do. This top line. Thank you for the 12 energy. I mean, I can summon another Sanguine Assistant as well on this line and then immediately use its ability, but it's not necessary. I can play that at any time. I'm drawing 5 cards next turn. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these Witch Weaves from my hand. Big explosion. Spell Sanctum, so I can get up to 6 Titan Skin on the Silent Sentinel. Now, 1, 2, slay, then push. Oh boy, Terrifying Amalgam in the back line is going to survive and ascend to the next floor with additional health. Terrifying stuff. I'm gonna give you, that's what I'm looking for, yeah. I'm going to give you Spell Weakness, just in anticipation of possibly getting to hit you with a spell for damage. Doesn't look like that's likely either. Okay, I think the Terrifying Amalgam's probably making it all the way to the top, unfortunately. Oh, 38 health. It does get only 150 back each floor it goes up, but I'm not going to be taking 150 health off of it in the next floor, I don't think. Thank you all for reanimating. I think I should try and set up Sap or Rooted on that unit, so I'm gonna drop my Melee Infusion now. How much damage? You'll be taking... what? 76 at the end of this round. So pumping your damage with Goliath Infusion isn't necessarily going to be especially helpful. I really need the Sap. Sap and either more Sap or Rooted. So Rooted will keep you on the line so that I can hit you again. And you not leaving that line means you won't be growing. I'm doing 144 damage to all enemies. Sorry, 244 damage to all enemies here at the end of the rounds. Perfect. Now, unfortunately, I've already used my sap, so the Terrifying Amalgam on the top line is back to being terrifying. I'll use Secret Ingredient to gain Rage. I'll put that on a unit, and then I'm going to continue fishing for... I mean, Blast Infusion gives Frostbite as well, and straight up damage is the other possibility. There we go. Sap. Mixology for Rooted. Keeps you in place. And additional sap. I don't want you ever getting off that floor and doing anything. Don't you dare ever get designs about doing something. Another Silent Sentinel's nice, but I think despite the fact that the enemy has an incant trigger for spikes on all friendly units, I think an additional instability seems like a really good idea. I love this energy pump line up here. It's so good. Yeah, this bottom line is already completely fine. Let's just watch it resolve. On end of round, all enemies except for the boss will die. Boom. And then the boss does not have enough life to summon, to survive the rest of our explosions. Surgical Strike, piercing, deal 4 damage. On Slay, add an additional copy of this to your hand. I mean, realistically, that's the ability for me to target and kill my own Oreki for 0 cost on the bottom line because of the Spell Sanctum. And then I can do it as many times as I have Reanimate. The only problem is I have to have Reanimate. And I'm not really good at generating a large amount of Reanimate on a single unit, which is what I was really hoping for from a spell here. Insatiable Hunger for Lifesteal, seldom relevant. That's a chow. I'll take money. Lunacy. Phase X times. Apply 1 X Conduit. It's each turn, not each new moon, right? For... yeah, Silence gain 15 damage on resolve. If it was on cycling into new moon, then there'd be a reason to take Lunacy. Also, it's an X cost, so it'll spend all of my mana. Escalation for spell weakness. No, none of that seems especially relevant. I'm gonna skip past those. Do I want to stick with the Merchant of Arms upgrade here? Because there's definitely upgrades that are relevant to trying to get us additional Reanimate over on the other side. Empyrean Well, Merchant of Magic. I can even literally just hold the Sanguine Assistant in hand until I draw the Hall of Mirrors. Okay, never mind. I'm going Merchant Magic. That Artificial Biostone's actually pretty helpful. Just 3 more mana. Oh, hang on. No, I have infinite mana. Excuse me. Sorry, I just remembered. Jack Strips. No one's getting off that first floor with only 3 health remaining. Celestial Sails on deployment phase. Draw a non-damage spell from your deck. It costs 1 less than it usually would. I mean, if it draws Explosive or Phase Blessing or Forevermore, like it could draw something useful. It could also draw nothing, but that'll be fine. On the turn after deployment phase, draw until you have 10 cards. Yep. Thank you. Merchant of Magic. Consume removal, you say? I mean, consume removal on Forevermore Serum, just being able to play it again and again and again, I think is really important. -1 cost to... I mean, -1 cost an intrinsic for a ritual tome, please. Really important to play as early as possible. -1 cost for Mixology. In terms of double removal from hand, I mean, the other Sanguine Assistant is pretty hard to play at this point. The... I mean, the Witch Weaves, they cost a draw. They're not necessarily that good, though. By which I mean they are complete garbage, need to be removed from the deck. Empyrean Well, or, I mean, there's a significant part of me that just wants to put another Forevermore Serum in it so that I have the ability to actually give a consistent amount of reanimate to a unit. I will say, though, a second copy of Explosive Reaction is what I'm gonna do. I only just realized, yeah, that's 100 additional damage to every enemy every round. You can't turn that down. Plus 20 magic power consume on a Witch Weave, but we can reroll. -2 cost consume. Not bad. Ooh. It's gonna be Forevermore Serum taking that, thank you. -2 cost consume. This one's just getting cards out of the deck. This is basically removal. That'll do it. Best of luck attacking my units. They are stealthed. Oh, wow. You gave me the Consume Spell Chain Ritual of Tome in the opening. That's pretty good. 4 Titan Skin for the Silent Sentinel before the rounds even start. Double Explosive Reaction for Areki. You are now doing 200 damage to all enemies every turn. Pretty good. Let's drop a Forevermore Serum and a Ritual Tome. I can play 1 Sanguine Assistant, but I want that space for a Puffer Flesh later, I think. So I'll hold. With using the right mix, I'll start investing secret ingredients into it. Okay, so blessing for health on our frontliner, because we are going to get a decent amount of corruption on them, unfortunately, but it'll be okay. Spell Sanctum has hit the bottom line. We can save much more energy now. I'll happily pop a Bloody Moon for the energy pump, as well as removing a card from hand, which we will do similar. Phase Blessing yet again, still stealthed. I mean, Madman Infusion, I'm just going to continue pumping until I have to play a different solution. Oh. Right, you are giving corruption to our backliners. Nightingale is currently threatened by that, and also your fragility is you are gonna die to it. I may have to give Madman Infusion to that line then. I don't have to play it this turn, but I'll have to play it next turn. Ball of Mirrors, time to get our Sanguine Assistants doing what they do best, which is cheating out a ridiculous amount of energy for us. Alpha Flesh is the sack unit for the Cosmic Bolts. I want to pump your damage with the glass cannon, but you will die every turn. You've got 4 regen and 4 corruption at the end of this turn, courtesy of Seraph Eternus. So hopefully that prevents you from reanimating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kept your reanimate, so you regen and corrupt at the same rate. Stop giving stealth to the silent sentinel in the front line, damn it! You're revealing way too much corruption to Areki. Cover of 9 will help cover that on the bottom line. Big heal for Silent Sentinel this round. I suppose I might as well throw a glass cannon on the back line on the top. Because you'll never be able to take damage, but you will do some damage to the Seraph Eternus, I'll tell you that. Oh, also Aquiths for the 3 additional. Ooh, Nightingale reformed there, courtesy of losing regen turn over turn, but corruption doesn't decrease turn over turn. I feel like corruption could decrease turn over turn, but maybe I just need to invest more in finding the appropriate ways to deal with it. More regen, more reanimates. Thank you. Phase Blessing is the kind of thing that should be keeping Nightingale alive, not Madman. That go for Ireki. Ireki Madman. Uh-oh. The energy pumps on the top line were ready, and I was not. Yes. Double explosive reaction. Come down to the bottom line and take 600 damage, why don't you? Alright. About time to get a Sanguine Assistant on that line in order to chump against the hit. Sorry, the Spell Sentinel, of course, was not going to take that hit because I summoned a stealth unit in front of it. Oops. Spell Sentinel down! That said, when you come to the bottom line, buddy, you are going to get absolutely shredded. Sure. Sap you on there just so that I can start setting up for something else. There we are, something beautiful. Something full of reanimation. do suspect that 800 damage, sorry, 850 damage, 852, sure, each time a Reki dies, and you dying 4 times, is going to be enough. But how high can I get the reanimate number? It dying 8 times, well now that's going to be too much. Let's get another Sanguine Assistant down, another Sanguine Assistant down. Alright. You gotta love being able to ignore the the modifier. I think this worked out pretty well. Alright, Dominion, do your damned best. I gotta say, Nightingale alone as a unit is not especially impressive. Nightingale's interaction with rooms and artifacts from the Luna Coven clan is actually really impressive. Incredible with Shadow's Sheath. Incredible with the Lunar Lantern. Incredible with the room that they were in. And that's only 3 pieces of support. They were getting the ridiculous damage constantly. That challenge was significantly less intimidating than I was scared of. Worked out pretty well. The explosive reaction, double stack intrinsic, and duped the opening hand from the opening hand, courtesy of Nefarious Overflow, being able to deal 200 damage to all units on the bottom line at the end of each turn. Pretty sick. Let's head back to the outpost and to a gathering at the pyre.
Ah, finally, a staycation. Like a vacation, but with even less effort. Now that my minions are running the clinic for me, I can spend my time how I please. Now, what do normal people do? Well, I'm bored already. Ah, if it isn't my newest creation, how would you like to hang out with your master, hey?
Sorry, Master Areki. Hang on. No, I'm not. Sorry, Master Areki. I already got plans.
Come on, buddy. The tipsy aim's just this way. Oh, hi, Master.
How does he have plans, but not me? Ah, Hydra, you want to play? At least you're still around. Oh, come on! Isn't anyone around anymore?
I'm still around, Master.
Oh, it's just you. I thought you were with the others running my lab and my clinic.
No. I figured I should stay near in case you needed anything. Would you like me to do anything, Master? I could make you another drink, if you'd like. Or I could sing you a song, a song for entertainment.
No, not this time. That's not what I need. How about we conduct a new experiment?
But Master, didn't you say you were going on vacation?
Yes. And it was a wonderful 2 minutes. But my work truly never ceases. Besides, I miss the chaos, the electricity, the smell of Lazarus serum. Now, come, let's gather the others. We'll see how they've been running things without me.
I love that character. That's one of the most fun ones to do in the ending cinematics. I hope to see many more of them. Until the next episode, where hopefully we see the next one, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past are the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of the thank tin. A special thanks this episode to Zoe. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.